Hello, everyone, and we are just waiting that Katharina and Joana and Michaela can join today. There are people coming in. Cool. Yes, so Joana, as well as Katharina and Michaela. Hello, Joana, welcome.
Olá, Luís. Thank you.
Hello, Katharina. Hello, Michaela.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Luis. Hello, Joana.
Hello, Katharina. Hello, Michaela.
It is great to have you all here. And Katharina and Michaela, almost we cannot see you. So yes, now Michaela, we can see you, and yes, really close. There's really
Yes.
closeness. Feelings practitioners makes people really close. It's
It
really
is.
Yes.
okay.
It's
So
touching.
we are live, and we have at least 5 people just starting to come, and we'll have more.
And I already saw some names, and I'm very happy about them. So hello.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So keep saying, keep waving, keep saying hello, keep saying welcome. This is an interactive space where we can just welcome people. And this is about the Feelings Practitioner Core Lab that will happen in Portugal in October from the 26th to the 29th. And the trainers are Michaela, Kaiser, and Katharina Kaifler. And Joana, we are here.
Yes.
What's this that we are part of it? What's this team that we are part of? What are we creating with these 2 trainers?
Yes, this is an amazing field of possibilities for healing, different ways of healing, bridging another new ways of seeing the symptoms and how we can look at ourselves in a more broader way when it comes to pain, inflammation, diabetes. So there's a whole team in German dedicated to discover more about what's new for us to bring healing to our lives. And this is part of the team, Katharina and Michaela. So I go directly to you because I know you just came out of a core lab training. So how was it? How was this field? What you bring new for us, so people to get a taste of what's coming in October? What's alive in you?
Well, it was amazing because it was totally different than expected. It was in this format, our second core lab where we brought together all the major discoveries we have made in the field of healing within the last 5 or 7 years. We do feelings practitioner work since 7 years, and we had some imagination how it will work, and it went differently.
Yeah, and it was amazing to have people really jumping in and brought her symptoms. And as you said, yes, heal them on themselves. So it's like weaving their symptoms in and their illnesses or some pain to find solutions. So be their own healers. And we bring the distinctions in what is behind inflammation, for example, what is the pattern, and to use your feelings to solve it then. And it's about the distinction, maybe you know that there are feelings and there are emotions. So emotions which are stuck in your physical body, and you can express them and bring them out and use your feelings with your resonance tissues to solve different things. And we saw already again that it's really working. So people were amazed about that.
So basically what we are doing is emotiosomatic. Maybe you know about psychosomatic, and this is really the research about how emotions create symptoms, like emotions in the wrong tissues, emotions like unexpressed emotional traumas, how they created, and that also feeling, like allowing the emotions to come again into flow, heal them. And it's really like Michaela said, it's basically about empowering people to heal their own symptoms, so that there is a change of power happening. It's no longer upside down, like there's an authority outside who tells me something about a special symptom or about how to heal it. It's really finding my own, using my own body, my own emotional system, my own energetic body in order to find solutions for me, create medicine for myself. And for us, it's mainly fun. It's mainly like, it's more like playing with the symptoms. It's no longer so serious. Most time we're laughing our asses off in the trainings.
Well,
Yes.
there's something there about how can, and I'm just getting back to the space where sometimes I am being maybe so serious about my own symptom, and I'm really afraid that I might be really sick, and that I don't know, something is happening, and I it's quite unknown in my space, and there are these emotions going in me, and I don't know how to solve it, and that I go to the conventional medicine, and then I get pills, and yeah, it works or not, and how can I handle that? This is something. What's the difference between what I do usually when I use other kinds of approaches or of perspectives, and what actually happens? So, could you give us an example of something that people that try their other ways and they just come to you, and what do you do? What happens to them?
Yes, so it's really, for example, you're shifting your ideas around what is pain, what is a symptom, what is having an illness. So we change definitions. So first we change softwares we are grown up in. So we learn how to handle a pain. So it's like an old software. And there are a lot of exercises and scanning exercises to go behind that and or forward to another state and find out that in the special moment everything is possible. And we bring people and ourselves to this moment where everything is possible again. And then that you find your own keys and your solution while you go through your pain. And it's like you put no story longer on it. So it's like a story-free room, and then you find next steps and expressing feelings, and also expressing what is maybe your pattern behind. So that each symptom is an idea out of the body and all bodies to give you a message. And so you will be trained to receive the messages from your body, from all the bodies, so there are more than one. So it's not only the physical body. And for example, it's like maybe there is a spontaneous injury, so a spontaneous thing happened. For example, there were a participant, she felt on her knee and she has pain there. And she checked in with that, and we go through a process with her. It's called as-ising. So she goes through her fall again, and we call it, it's like a heel falling down. So because her whole body shows what maybe should be changed. And while she go again through her pain, she brought all out of her emotions, and she also finds a solution that there was something out of her past. So she fell down already on when she was 25 years old. And there were some old decisions and old patterns of movement. And also she decided to bring away her joy. And so we go back again and go through all feelings and integrate the joy again. And after not longer than 20 minutes, her knee was without pain and no function was
no longer broken.
So everything went in a healthy way. So while going through her whole process.
And I would like to add something. Like we started our training, for example, with bringing some clearness or awareness on something that we call the illness identity. Like each of us has been brought up, and in his or her bringing up, there were experiences of being ill and the way how we were treated. Maybe there is some gain we have out of being ill, like, you know, and then we shift into this identity, becoming this whiny thing, manipulating everybody around us, or we don't allow anybody to take care of us, but then we are resentful because nobody brings us a cup of tea, or like this part of things. And part of the seriosity in handling with symptoms, it's also connected or glued to this sick or illness identity, which already boxes us into there is a serious thing that can't be solved. It's a problem. And basically our work is mainly about creating spaces in which you can experience yourself and identify how you are responsible for this. How did you create that? And then we offer like new realities. We offer new possibilities. It's really very close to the possibility management work, but the entrance point or the purpose is mainly on the healing part.
Thank you. And Joana, I could see you almost talking. So
Yes.
just go.
Yeah. Yes, I was, while you were speaking, I was connecting to the needness, how much is needed right now, that people really understand that maybe the ways they have been dealing with things are very superficial, in a way that it's not just taking a pill that might solve something. And it's really time that we go for our wisdom. So our bodies, our minds, our energetic field has a lot of wisdom. And this is the wisdom of the feelings. It's like, I have a child of 8 months, and it's the way she communicates. So she's all feelings. And I see how sensitive it is to be just with her feelings. And I imagine us growing up without this wisdom around us, and how much damage it causes to our own bodies. So our tension, the muscles, trauma, accidents, people dying, and us not having this channel free to express, and how it can be stuck in the body, in our minds, with those old decisions that run our lives. And then we want to do something else and be something else, and we are stuck. And this is something that it was really like burning in me, like the necessity of people knowing that it's possible that you heal yourself, not put the wisdom on external sources, but you actually are that source. And I'm so glad that you guys have the wisdom to bring us back to our own bodies and hearts and flow. And so this is what is alive in me, and I'm really committed to bring this work to Portugal because it's enough of being blind to ourselves. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you too. So thank you for bringing it to Portugal. And as you said, we are taking care of our bodies, washing them or having some hygiene. And what is about using our feelings to nurture us? So we missed that. So, and with the wisdom of knowing that each feeling has an own place to live at, so it's like a resonance tissue, I mentioned it before, is so you can nurture yourself. So it's also like an idea to have a prophylax around. So I don't know if it's an English word. So you can really train to have a routine in that too, so that you can strengthen your bones with your rage, so that maybe there is no longer a disease of osteoporosis. So because you bring your rage to your bones. And so we really search a lot around that, and it's working. So we see results at participants and clients who are there. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, so we are speaking about a core training lab, a feelings practitioner core lab that is happening from 26 to 29 October this year. The prerequisite, you need to have an expand box to enter to this lab, because there's feelings, language to be acquainted with. And so if you are interested in healing, in knowing more about disease, other perspectives, just go find the next expand box next to you. There's many happening in the world. And then you can come to Portugal to join this amazing team of feelings practitioner, to start changing the world and owning your health, owning your aliveness, your purpose, your vitality.
Yes.
I have something. Thank you, Joana, for bringing that up. And what made you, Michaela and Katharina, and also I know that there are at least two more people creating more and more. What made you do this? And actually, my question is not that. I'm not going for the origin. Did you heal yourselves somehow, or in between? Does your team heal each other? And because I know that feelings practitioner, I'm here because feelings practitioner, the practice healed me. There was this practitioner that took care of me, and I needed, and I had this disease that someone told me that it would be chronic, so I would have to live with that the rest of my life, and that I would have to take a medicine the rest of my life to get it under control. And with feelings practitioner, it's not longer there. So it was like, okay, something happened, and I don't need. And my doctor told me when he saw that, he said, okay, if I would not know it, if I would not have seen it myself, I would not believe it, because somehow your body, your system took care of it. So I'm a living proof of that. And I know of more stories, more legends about this kind of things. So both of you, what did you do to each other? Do you do things to each other so that you can heal also?
Yes, I'm right now in a healing process for my lungs. And this is like really, I worked on the first layer many years ago, and I was diagnosed with chronic asthma when I was a child. And after some feelings practitioner work in the laboratories I did, because we were researching already when we did the possibility labs, it was gone. And now with doing more transformational work with my gremlin, parts of the symptoms came back. And it's like the next layer. It's like bringing back the codependency issue with my mom, where this gremlin was built up. And I was just a few weeks before I came here, it was like, I thought, each time when I needed to go to bed, or I wanted to go to bed to rest and sleep, the symptoms came up and I couldn't like just be and rest. And we started to work here. And I mean, yesterday evening I was like in a kind of an Anfall, like in an acute mode, coughing and like that. Okay, it's not really accelerated. It was like really acute, like, and we started to work, and I could go to sleep, and I could sleep through. And today when I did like really walking on the mountain here, on this little mountain, I could feel how it came back, and I started to use the skills I got yesterday from my feelings practitioners, and it was gone. And it's to understand, it's really about using the skills. It's like up to me to use them. And this is one story which is today for me alive. Maybe you have your...
Yes, it's the same. So it's really research on our own. So the most of the maps are created out of spaces we are in or holding for ourselves and participants. It's really a live research. So, and it's, yeah, the maps are really changing also our own health. So we have all of us, so most of the people, the humanity has symptoms. So there's a lot of things to do and to change. So the bodies give the information and we follow the information. So for example, the inflammation map is coming out of a research of a trainer partner of us. So because she has ongoingly inflammation and we observed her patterns and we found out, oh yes, there is some yeah, things behind, and there were some things stuck, and we bring her through that and find out, oh, it's working for other people too, and only for ourselves. So yes.
Oh, I already feel healed. My system is like, I want this, I want to be there. I want to discover more for my own health. So thank you. Yes.
And how can people know more about this? So it's just a way of asking me, Joana, Michaela, and Katharina. Just ask us how to join this space. And as Joana just told minutes before, it's just having an expand the box training. So go for it if you don't have it, and make sure that you have a space. We will do it on the Brantes in Portugal, in this wonderful space with nature around, where we can just expand ourselves into this feelings practitioner core lab training. So let's go for that. And there's more. There's a lot more. And I would like to ask everyone here if we will continue, or if we will bring it later on another day, on a new live.
Yes.
Yes, so we
Of
will
course.
come. Yes.
Yes. We're just starting, Luis. We find out how this works. And it's not so scary like I thought. I was really scared to do this live, and it's really just having a conversation, and probably we will find out how to be more specific, more clear, and it would be helpful to get some questions. If you have a question right now, just write it to us, or so we will speak to it now or later on. That would be a wonderful co-creation, because our work is not only about us bringing the solutions, it's also like we create a space where you find your own solutions, and then the contamination happens through, you discovered something for you, and then you can teach it to somebody else, you can share it. It's not like only the virus is contaminating.
No, it's the healing.
The healing, yes.
The contamination is in healing.
Yes.
Thank you. That really seems cool.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you for inviting people over to just put here their questions. And I could hear you talking about allergies. I could hear you talk about diabetes. And what's the next symptom that you have? And what would you like to know? Because probably there's wisdom in this space or any other spaces. And if not during this live, you can put it on the comments below. And there are ways of you getting your answers. There are ways of some of these trainers, I don't know, Michaela or Katharina, they can bring more about and comment on your questions. And also, I would love Joana, Katharina, and Michaela to present the next lives and to advance that we will do next lives so that people can bring their own things here, so that people can just bring themselves and others, the people that they love, with their own symptoms over, so that can know more and just find their own healing in the process. And before we go, there's this small sentence, which is feel to heal. Is it like that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, feel to heal.
Michaela needed 7 years to figure out how to bring it really shortly to the point, but she did. And I think it's genius.
It is. It is. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to know what's the thing that the message that both of you and you, Joana, that we all have to bring here, because somehow we talked and there was this conversation here, and there's this short message to the world that when the people that are hearing us live or that are hearing us on the recording, that if they hear it, something will change in them. And it's really important and short. What's the message that you really want to bring to the world about this work, about this lab?
Yes, what I have here in my tongue is, do you have an emotional language? Do you know your feelings? Do you know how to feel your feelings? Is that something fluent in you? So if it's not, you don't have your all potential in service to your life. And for me, when I was in the Feelings Practitioner lab, I did a few of them for myself, and I was out of symptoms of urinary infection. So it's like, this is really working. So what's working for myself, I wish that you also get for yourself. And that's the power of you going back in time and just, it's like you travel time, you go back and you fix something, and then you come back to the present more like whole and grounded, and with this sparkle in your eyes, because now you understood something, you felt something, you expressed something, and now your life can go on more easily, more like it's supposed to, you know? Like it's like the next step presents itself kind of way. Yes, so this is my message, and I pass to you, Luis.
Thank you. And I grabbed that and I spread it out to Katharina or to Michaela, and I will come back.
Well, there is something more interesting than being in drama with your symptoms. And this is like the high level fun you can have when you enter the space, the healing field of feelings practitioner work. And it's life-changing.
Yeah, it really changed your point of views. So it's like symptoms are gifts. And it's a gift for a game, playing a game, and you will find how the game would be played. So it is really game changing to have a really other idea of what is a symptom and what are you with a symptom. Who are you?
It's really high level entertainment.
Yes. Looks like.
And I have something which is most of my life I have had this kind of stories of breaking bones and having accidents and hurting myself. And somehow I kept on going. And even around me, I could see people that were hurting and in pain and kept going, doing the same things altogether. You know, it can be easier. Your life can be really of ease, even if you have symptoms, even if you have pain. It is really a way of changing how your life goes throughout your choices, throughout your way of living. So find the simplicity. You can find it. And how can I say it? Is when you find it, you'll know maybe this is the way. Maybe this is one of the ways. We will be there in October, the 26th to 29, and we'll be welcoming you in Abrantes, Portugal. If you are not in Portugal, if you have an Expand the Box, if you still haven't, just go for the Expand the Box training. If you already have it, you just have to register. And then you can know more about your own symptoms, your own pain, your own healing. And you can bring it. Go, Katharina.
And you also can find out more about your inner healer, like really about your healing qualities or healer qualities. In our modern culture, we think like you have to be you have to study something in order to heal, and that's not true. You have to train. Yes, you need to get clarity, but there's also a way of a more natural way of going into the flow of healer, of being a healer.
Thank you. And there's this sentence that one of the person that was here just wrote. I feel joy for having the possibility of learning how to be responsible for my healing.
Yeah.
So thank you, Claudia,
Thank you.
for having
Thank you.
stated that here.
I guess that's
Good
wrapping up.
here.
That's the wrapping up. So
Thank
everyone, Joana, Michaela, Katharina, thank you for this space. And
Thank you.
you that you are watching us, again, just write it down and we'll put more information about what will happen in October so that you can just know more. If you have questions, we are available. Thank you, everyone, and see you really soon.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Luis.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Obrigada.